I have a case. It's essentially two Fortune 500 companies fighting each other over charitable donations to a charity, and I represent the charity. So I'm one of the co-defendants along with one of the other companies, and the other company is suing to get all their donations back. It's a huge thing, but it's interesting because the other defendant is a Fortune 500 company. It's represented by a really large law firm, a national law firm, and they literally have four full-time attorneys at various levels who it seems all they do is work on this case. And like,
Yeah.
that's it. Like they're very nice to me. We cooperate, we're cooperating on our defense and everything, but it's just, I get emails at all times from them. I get materials from them. They redo everything like 2 or 3 times. Like they amend everything, and it's incredible. And then it was funny because, we're on a docket here in South Florida, and the dockets are big because they're trying to move a lot of cases now in Florida. So we don't know if we're going to go, in January or February or March. And one of the attorneys is pregnant. So they're
Mhm.
trying to get a special set or a date certain for our trial to take place before, she's due. And she's the fourth chair. And they like legitimately went into court, and they're like, yeah, the fourth chair, is pregnant. We need to get a date certain. And the judge is like, well, don't you have 3 other attorneys in front of her who are trying the case? And they're like, well, she's integral with the team. So it's just funny to see that kind of, I don't want to say overstaffing, but it's a totally different world. It's a totally different mindset. It's a totally different budgeting and time process.
Oh, absolutely. And it's one of the reasons, though, that those big law firms end up being so sensitive to the economics of, the country at any given moment. Because, as you mentioned, sometimes it feels, even if it's not true, that those attorneys are staffed on like one case or two cases max. And when that happens, as soon as the litigation landscape slows down because corporations decide it's not worth spending millions of dollars to have disputes because they're worried about their long-term outlook currently and like whatever economic time we're in, you start to see those mass layoffs and stuff, which I mean, I don't want to date you, but I'll date myself. I was coming into big law right as mass layoffs were happening. I was one of those original ones that got offered, oh, we'll give you half your salary for a year if you just delay coming. And I remember when that happened, and those firms are so sensitive to the economics. A little unlike everyone's sensitive to economics, including our clients and all the people we represent, and certainly your clients as smaller businesses. But, when you're running a small law firm, you can probably go find more cases to pay your bills if you lose a client. What you can't do if you have 1,000 lawyers that each are working on one case is find clients that can pay that many millions of dollars a year in order to keep your doors open. So it's just a different world.